So, Sims Universe, we're going to go over this first, start off with the story of Roscoe Fatty Arbuckle. Um, Roscoe Arbuckle was one of the Roscoe Arbuckle was the most successful silent film star of the early 1910s. He even got a contract from Paramount Pictures about 4 years before what happened to him happened for $1 million, which was unheard of at the time. And I've seen some of his films, and he was absolutely hilarious. So um, he had a very traumatic childhood, and he decided to get into acting to help him to become he decided to get into acting as an escape, and he became very successful at it. Seemed like nothing could hold this man down, but what ended up happening was there was a party that happened in 1921 where two girls came over. One's name was Virginia Rapay. The other's name was Maud Delmont. Virginia Rapay ended up getting sick and dying at the party. Maud Delmont came out and said, "Oh, he sexually assaulted Virginia Rapay." I've looked into research in this, and the autopsy showed that there was no evidence of a sexual assault. I'm not saying it doesn't happen in Hollywood, but I believe in this case it did not happen. Not after all I've heard. Witnesses said that when Virginia Rapay would drink, she would tear off her clothes and everything, so, And this was not just hearsay, this was a fact, so... What ended up happening was Roscoe Arbuckle ended up getting acquitted, but his career was never the same. He was blacklisted for many years. And, the year before, in 1932, he finally got a contract to do films again, and then he went home with his wife, and he died in his sleep of a heart attack. So, it took many years for his films to actually be revived, be restored, but, his silent films are actually very funny. I love what he does. He was hilarious. After all the evidence I've seen, because I definitely have seen... I definitely have seen some. There's, first of all, Maud Delmont had a history of blackmailing rich people for money. And there was nobody at that time richer than Roscoe Arbuckle. He was even more popular than Charlie Chaplin up until the scandal. But, it goes to show you that Hollywood just blows stuff out of proportion. And people will literally believe anything. I read some ridiculous things. I heard he dove on the bed right on top of her and ruptured her bladder, which, if she had a normal bladder, which would be impossible, according to medical experts. They were basically telling too many different stories, and he got acquitted. But his life was never the same. They put him through hell, So, it goes to show you that the media's never changed. It's never... And I don't feel like it's ever going to, Hey, I think I'm working on my stutter. I'm not stuttering, you see? I'm actually getting used to this. Just thought I'd show you guys this, so... It's not it's not uncommon for them to falsely accuse. Michael Jackson's another one. I believe he was falsely accused, but it does happen in the world of Hollywood where people get falsely accused for money. So anyway, I wanted to share with you guys that not everything the media says is true. So anyway, see you guys later. This is I wanted this to be the first focus video. But anyway, I'll see you guys later. Alright, bye.